What's up, guys? Today I have an intense interview with six-figure agency owner Josh Thurman. He's going to be talking about his experiences and the challenges he went through so you guys can learn what it truly takes to build a six-figure agency. He absolutely just kills it with this interview, and he talks about, limiting beliefs and what's holding you back from building a successful business. It gets really deep stuff and probably things that you probably never heard of before. So I really think it's worth a good watch. Now, with that in mind, the one doing the interview is actually my partner, Jared Curry. He was actually one of the most successful students of my six-figure agency program, and that's why I partnered with him. And he's been doing an absolutely killer job with coaching new students, and he's been doing an absolutely killer job with coaching new members. Hope you guys enjoy this awesome interview. By the way, make sure to stick it through. Even if the beginning's a little bit slow, I promise you it speeds up real quick. So enjoy.
What's up, guys? It's Jared Curry, and we are back here again with another one of our successful and newest six-figure agency owner students in the six-figure elite program. His name is Josh Thurman. He is an amazing individual, an amazing entrepreneur. I'm so honored and so excited to have him on the channel to share his story on how he actually had a $10,000 day yesterday, and him and his partner. On top of that, how they were able to collect $16,000 in their agency in just 2 weeks. Josh, what's going on, man?
Well, Jared, first, thank you so much for having me on. Hopefully I can live up to that hype. Yeah, so like Jared said, I actually had a $10,482 day, so you gotta throw that out there. But in complete transparency, I was about to say, unfortunately, in full transparency, that was my business partner's earnings for the yesterday revenue that he brought into the agency. Super proud to be working with him, and unfortunately he couldn't be on here. And the joke in our group always is that with hair this good, obviously I'm the figurehead of the agency. Let's just be real. No, but all seriousness, yeah, $16,800 revenue collected in exactly a 2-week period of time. Been in the coaching program for, like, I want to say, like, pretty much exactly 6 weeks too. There might be a plus or minus a day or two, and it's just been amazing. Jared, thank you so much. What you and Billy have put together here has been really amazing.
100%. Well, Josh, we're just happy to have you in the program. You're awesome. But where were you before the 6 weeks? Tell us a little bit about that. Tell everyone out there, because everyone sees the success that we have now, but they don't see where you were when you first got started out. They don't see the struggles and the pains that you had to deal with. So tell us a little bit about that. Where were you?
Yeah, definitely. So you're absolutely right. People see what they want to see. They see the glitz and the glamour, if you will, but like, I've been drugged through the mud, no doubt about it. I originally started the marketing agency after being let go from a company that I co-founded in another industry, and it put me in a pretty dark spot. What I realized was I wanted to go into marketing because I really had a passion for it, and I had done a lot of that in my prior experience. But really, it was just about getting my mind right was the biggest thing. It's taken a very long time. It's been a really long journey to get the mindset right, and it's been surrounding myself with people that have kind of allowed me to take the next step and stepping out on faith and doing that. But a couple of times during that process, obviously I have a family, I have obligations, I have bills to pay, and I couldn't just totally neglect those things. I had to go and go back into the 9-to-5 thing a couple of different times. And while I wasn't happy, I still gave 100% because that's just who I am. I gave everything to what I'm doing. And luckily, fortunately, blessed enough that my business partner actually found Jared. I'm not even sure how. And we were invited to be a part of this coaching program, and it's really been an amazing journey, because this program is going to allow you to collapse time. That's the biggest thing that you have to do when you're starting an agency, is you have to figure out a way to collapse time frames, right? A traditional business is going to take you 3 to 5 years to break even or even turn a profit. And I don't have that much time in my life anymore. I mean, God willing, I do, but I think you know what I mean. I mean, I'm a little older than most of the people that maybe get into a program like this. And I had to figure out a way to make this work and do it quickly. And I honestly believe that what Jared has put together is the integral part of that. And there was just a lot of little pieces we needed to get figured out. And Jared has been able to allow us the freedom, but still having that coaching aspect to say, this is what you need to do today. This is what you need to do tomorrow. And just, drop your ego or whatever, follow me, and you're going to win.
I love that. Before I joined the program, what was your biggest problem preventing you from scaling the agency? And I asked this question because I think it's a problem that if you're watching right now, if you own your own agency, you probably have. So I'm really curious to hear your response, Josh.
To be perfectly honest with you, I think we had a lot of things that we were doing wrong. And consistency was one of them. And, knowing exactly what to do, I would say is another one. We had a very good grasp on the basics. We had the foundation set, but we needed just that little extra help, tweaking the offer just enough that it would resonate with our audience. Finding the outreach methods that were actually gonna work, and just having the faith, stepping out on that faith and just doing it. Even though we may not feel like doing it, even though we may not understand exactly why it works or how it's gonna work, just having that faith in you and Billy, a coach that we can actually trust, it is actually working with our best interests at heart. Like I said, it's a lot of those little things. It's not one specific thing that was our issue. It was getting out of our own way and allowing somebody else to say, you're doing this good, you're doing this not so good, put these two together and it's going to happen, and believing that was the truth and is the truth.
Yeah, that's awesome. So 6 weeks has gone by. You guys are at or above the 6-figure run rate. If you keep going at this rate, you'll do around $200,000 this year.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but your math sucks. If we keep going at this rate, it's 435. I did the numbers. So
a little secret, I barely graduated high school. Okay, I just want to put that out there.
Full transparency, so did I. But certain things you're better at. Not saying I'm better at Jared, but certain things just naturally click with everyone. And real quick, I don't want to take away too much of that from this conversation, but that's one of the things that everyone listening to the sound of my voice right now, thank you for doing so, but also understanding that you have talents now and you need to work in your strengths, and then allow people like Jared to help you with the weaknesses. Don't forget the strengths you already have, because everybody has natural abilities, but you need to be in an environment where you're surrounded and supported by the people that want to see you win, that will reinforce the belief that you have those strengths, and will push you to develop your weaknesses and turn those into strengths. So
it's awesome. So Josh, what has allowed you to scale up so fast? What has been the most game-changing thing? And of course, the program, but on top of that, what has allowed you to close deals, get appointments, and really scale the agency?
So if I'm hearing you correctly, I think what you're asking is what specifically in the coaching program has given us the freedom to really run. Yeah. And we have multiple outreach methods going. We do have some organic things going. We're doing a ton of cold email. We are, doing a couple other things, but really it was having the paid ads. That's really what's making the difference for our agency. That's what's moving the needle the most, consistently. Getting appointments every single day with that. And the funniest thing is like everybody's like, oh, okay, well, you run Facebook ads for your clients, but you don't run Facebook ads for yourself. It sounds laughable, but the funny thing is, it's like a lot of people don't, because for whatever reason they get it in their head that business to consumer is easy and business to business is tough. The truth is, it doesn't matter if it's business to business or business to consumer, it's people to people. 100%. So as long as you're speaking, as long as you're speaking to your ideal audience and you're presenting an offer that at least gets them to go, this ruggedly handsome fella might have the answers to help me build my business. I need to find out what he's got going on. And please, folks, seriously, don't take my jokingness as arrogance. That's just kind of my quirky personality. But yeah, I would say definitely paid ads is really what has really just cracked this thing wide open. And if it's cool, Jared, I'd like to actually gloss over those numbers at least real quick, if that's cool. I don't need to share my screen or nothing like that. That would take longer, but I guess anybody that wants to call me out on it, find me on Facebook. I'll show you for real. And in fact, I'll probably do a video. So how's that? Yeah. If you're thinking about joining this program, you have to join the program in order to see the proof behind the numbers I'm about to tell you. How's that sound? That's even better. So $16,800 revenue collected, about, what is it? 2.93% merch fees. And our system is a little unique. We don't do simply ads management retainer. We do have other components involved to guarantee that our clients, to at least do our absolute best to guarantee that our clients get massive results. So we have some hard costs there as well. And as far as the actual ad spend, it's somewhere between $700 and $800 total spent. And so that's leaving our total margin at right about just under 63%. That's not including merchant fees.
That's awesome. And a lot of people, they think that when they scale that they can't profit anything, but 63% margins is insane, guys, on 16K and just, a little under 6 weeks of being in the program. That's awesome. So you guys spent about $800. I'm just going to do some math.
Yeah, about $800. And
how many customers did you guys get?
So we only have 7 customers right now. Maybe there's 8, 7 or 8,
including downsells.
Yeah,
that's $100 cost per acquisition, guys.
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And this industry allows margins that in the traditional business space are also kind of they're laughable.
Yeah.
And the traditional business I owned years ago, at the end of the day, after all the fixed overhead and all the variable overhead and everything was paid, when we actually took income, we were lucky to take home maybe 7-8% of the actual revenue collected.
That's awesome. So Josh, what do you feel are the biggest traits that allowed you to have success with the program, with this industry?
Boy, that's a really good question. Because I think we all struggle with different things, myself included. And there's been a theme that's been in the back of my mind pretty much since the day I joined this program. And I know an outsider looking on is gonna be like, yeah, whatever, he was told to say that, he's paid to say that or some stupid crap. But it's the honest truth. Basically, I drew a line in the sand. I told my business partner this. I said, hey man, like, I don't know if I ever told you this, Jared, but when he's like, hey man, we need to talk to this Jared guy, and I'm like, who? And he told me, and I'm like, who? Because you're not a name I've heard of. And I mean, and that was maybe a little bit of a block for me. But then I kind of took a step back from from that process and said, okay, yeah, I've heard of some of these other guys and I've spent a ton of money with some of these other guys. And they, while they gave me some pieces to the puzzle, I honestly feel like you're handing all of us, anybody who wants it, the entire puzzle box and the directions. And you're even going to get in there, roll up your sleeves and help us put the puzzle together. So the three things that have been like in my head, once I drew the line in the sand, and I pretty much told him, I said, okay, yeah. I said, if you believe I need to talk to this guy, I'll talk to this guy. I said, but the deal is, like, I'm not going to join just another program, right? I mean, it's got to be a whole lot more than that. Just joining another program, dropping $2 or $3 grand on a course, I'm not doing it. So if that's what he's pitching, I'm so not interested. And I would say to that, like, I don't feel like I was burned by any of those people. I honestly believe that all those people have good courses, but they're not the entire, they're not everything I needed or everything that we needed, at least at the time. So the three things that have been central to this entire relationship that we've had, Jared, is these three elements that have been in the back of my mind. I drew the line in the sand and I said, I have to come with this and I have to bring these three things to the table. I have to bring confidence, I have to bring tenacity, and I have to bring determination. And as long as I do that, we will win this time. That's exactly what I told my business partner. As long as we bring tenacity, confidence, and determination to this program, we're gonna win. And I said that blindly because, like, at that point, I didn't really know you. And it took me a very short period of time to come to know you better, respect you, and know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you want us to win bad. And I don't know what else to say, dude. You have no idea how much you've changed my life. I really appreciate everything that you've done and continue to do.
Thank you, man. That means so much. Because, like I always say to all of the students, the journey is not easy, but this right here, this makes it worth it for me. This is why Billy and I do what we do. So I appreciate you, Josh, for number one, hopping on here, for number two, taking so much action, and then most importantly, just believing in me. Because everyone does know Billy. A lot of people don't know me. I've been in the shadows for a while. So I appreciate you trusting me so much.
Absolutely, man. I the honor is on this side of the camera, believe me. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, unless somebody is a part of our coaching calls on a daily basis, unless somebody is like actually in the community, I don't just mean like, they plop down some money and they got started, but actually engaged in this community, they have no idea. Okay. We work hard, but we have a lot of fun, right? I mean, because, like, look, you have to have fun because, first of all, in this game of life, none of us are getting out alive. So you better have some fun. Otherwise, what are you doing? So we have a lot of fun. We work, we help each other. And it's such a blessing to see other people winning. Like Jared said, I think I'm number 5 or number 6. Like, and it's not even me, like my agency, our agency, Oscar and I, we're like, what, number 5 or number 6 in Elite?
Number 5 in the new program. Yep.
Yeah.
The 5th agency in 2.5 months of having this new version of Six Figure Agency Elite, our new program. We've had 5 agencies hit
wow.
figures, and you are the 5th one.
Wow. And I really wish that my business partner Oscar could be here because, I mean, dude, he seriously deserves just as much, if not more, of the credit. He has been instrumental on helping me clear some of this mental garbage, and I'm just going, dude, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this. I hope and I pray that I'm the voice of reason when he's down, because A good partnership, and I've been in bad ones, a good partnership should have that element. You should have this, like, when one of you is down, the other one is going to pick up the slack. When one of you is down, they're going to, um, they're going to smack you in the head if that's what you need.
Do you recommend partners for people starting off in the SMMA game?
No, I really don't. And it's interesting, and that almost sounds contradictory. My business partner brought so much. So, quick backstory, I actually hired him as an outreach assistant, essentially. And he proved to me time and time and time and time again that his worth was so much more. And at a point where, he kind of laid it on the line. He goes, "Hey man, I'm really start investing in this out of my own pocket, because I really want to run with this. I see your vision for what you're trying to do overall. And in order for me to justify doing that, though, we got to work together to like make this right financially." And so, honestly, at that point, I thought about it. I really put in some time thinking about it. I prayed about it. And I said, to be perfectly honest with you, I've been down the partnership route before. So, if this is going to work, it's going to work, and it's going to work really well. But if it's not, it's not. And I honestly believe that the biggest reason why it won't for most people is there's not a true, honest, open dialogue, right? Or there's that animosity built where one partner thinks they're doing more work than the other one. And that goes in total contradiction to the undeniable fact that certain people have different skill sets naturally, or they've acquired over the course of their life. So to look at everybody bringing the exact same energy or the exact same skills to the table is just asinine. And maybe that's something that I needed to learn before the hard way, because there's two ways you can learn. You can learn from the mistakes that you've made, or you can learn from the mistakes that other people have made. And I'm pretty stubborn, I'm thick-headed, maybe I'm not real smart, I don't know, but like I typically go the route of learning from my own mistakes instead of seeking that wise counsel and getting the help where I know I need help. And Oscar's kind of that voice of reason for us, and that's why I believe that our partnership works.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's funny because when I started my agency, I partnered with one of my friends. He actually is the one who got me involved in the whole industry. And just every time I feel like I have a partnership, it just doesn't work out well, simply because the other person isn't as committed as I am with the business. Or I want to do things one way and they want to do something a totally different way. So partnerships definitely aren't meant for everyone. But I love what you said. He was a team member first, and then he became a partner. And you saw his commitment. You developed the dialogue. And I think that's actually the best way to determine if you should partner with someone or not, is to just trial it out and in a different role. So
yeah, and I would say that it's not without some heated conversations from time to time.
Yeah.
But we both go into those conversations knowing that if I have to say something harsh to him or he has to say something harsh to me, we know that it comes from the right place. It comes from the place of, essentially the agency being the most important thing, because the vision that we've crafted together is to help realtors actually frickin', the ones that want to, right? Because that's the other thing I've noticed in this agency space is running after people that aren't willing to actually grow. They say they want to, but when push comes to shove, they're just not willing to do it. They're not willing to do whatever it takes, and that doesn't mean like, robbing a bank or something to get the money, but like they would much rather watch, I don't even know what's like popular because I don't watch this crap, but I'm going to date myself. They'd rather watch like, Desperate Housewives or some crap instead of actually spending the time building their business and fluttering around trying to do all this stuff instead of focusing on what actually moves their business forward. And that's the same with like any niche.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So Josh, last question for you. One of the final questions is, if you were starting over again, what would you do differently?
Wow. Well, first, thankfully, I don't have to. But I think that I would really take a look at where my mental bandwidth is first, because for some people, they do crack this thing wide open really fast, and other ones have a longer backstory, like ours. I mean, 2014, that's like 7 years ago. It's a long time ago. But I think it proves that one of those three characteristics that I said that we have to have, which is determination. There's times where we said, oh, this is getting kind of tough, or this has happened, or that's happened, and we totally pumped the brakes. Well, there's no pumping the brakes from this point on. And it's not just because we hit 16.8 in 2 weeks. There's no pumping the brakes, because now I honestly believe that we have all the necessary tools, at least at this point, to build this into the vision that we have put in front of us, that we have thought long and hard about, that we have fought for, that we have blood, sweat, and tears over. So if I had to start over, I guess I would say that before I invest in anyone's program, I want to vet that person out a lot more than I have. And I also want to know that it still comes down to me doing the action. So I honestly think that that's why the program that you and Billy have put together is so, dare I say, so much better, right? Because a course in and of itself, like, you can learn the tactics, but if you don't understand the reason behind the tactics, it doesn't matter. If you want to just learn like how to run Facebook ads, there's a course for that, and it's going to be outdated 3 weeks after it came out. If you want to learn how to automate this or automate that, yeah, there's a course for that. It's probably going to be outdated 6 weeks after it came out. But if you want to know what's happening right now, what's working now, how do you make things happen to actually build a 6-figure agency, then you need to get involved with a program that is more than just, hey, go watch this video training, but actually fully immerse yourself. And what's interesting is I should have known better, because I had that prior real world business experience. And the way I learned in that industry was by getting in there day in and day out, getting my hands dirty, so to speak, and learning that business from the ground up, and working with coaches that were actual hands-on coaches. Not, one of the problems in this industry is there's so many people that aren't actually doing it, that are teaching. That's a whole nother conversation. But just because somebody hits $10,000 in a month, or they hit $10,000 3 months in a row, that doesn't mean crap. And if that's who you're following, you're probably going to fail. So I often take a long ways to get to like what I'm thinking, because it's, I'm kind of on the spot here. I didn't have any time to prepare. But if you're looking for a quick fix, this industry isn't for you. If you're looking for the foundations and the coaching and the community that cares, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I found it. And I wish I could say I wish I found it 5 years ago. But to be honest, like, had I found it 5 years ago, I may not have been in the right place mentally to absorb it, to utilize it to its fullest. And all respect to the course creators that have come before, it's probably not their fault. It's my fault. So I guess the biggest thing I would say is you better make sure you're ready. And I just don't know that I was when I originally had this idea. It was just about a money grab at first. And because of that, like, I don't think that I had the understanding of what it was really going to take to do it.
Hmm.
Hopefully that answers hopefully that answers that question.
That was powerful. That was powerful. And Josh, we're gonna wrap up now. So do you have any final words for anyone listening right now? The agency owner that has struggled for so long, the agency owner that can't figure out how to get appointments, the agency owner that wants to be an agency owner. They say they're an agency owner, but hasn't put in the work. Do you have any words for them right now? They are listening to you.
Just do it. And you need to be in this program. If you want to hit 6-figure run rate, you have to be in this program. And I know that we don't know each other, right? I don't know you. You don't know me. But what I can tell you is the people that are in this group, they care about each other. And if you're invited to get in this program, do it. Because an opportunity like this does not come along, but maybe once or twice in a lifetime. And if you wait, there may not be another opportunity that comes by for you. And I don't know what your why is behind building your business. For me, it's finally living up to the potential that other people saw in me, living up to the promises I made when I got married almost 20 years ago, and to be able to give back to the people, the community, my local community, to my church, to the charities that mean something to me, to build the legacy is such overplayed. Like I said, I don't know what your reason for doing this is, but if you are serious and you're not just a wantrepreneur, you're actually wanting to become, you're desiring, you're drawing your line in the sand and you're saying, this is my year. 2021 is my year. 2021 is the year that I'm going to quit screwing around and I'm going to make things happen. Then you have to join this program, because honestly, like, I don't think you're going to make it any other way. That's just my opinion. And you can do what you want with that. Like I said, we don't know each other, but my desire for you is to win, but I can't want you to win more than you want to win. And I know I don't know you, but I want everybody who wants to win, I want them to win. And the truth is that's not feasible. That's not going to happen. So programs like this are there to prove you want it as bad as you say you want it.
That's very, very powerful, Josh. Extremely powerful. I can't even say anything else. I want them to win too. I want everyone to win. The problem is the top 1% of agency owners, people like you and I, people look up to us and they say, I want to be like them. But they continue to do what the 99% are doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are listening right now, if you want to be part of the 1% of agency owners, you cannot keep doing what the 99% of agency owners are doing. And that is not taking action. That's not investing back into your business, not investing back into yourself. Because guess what? Getting from 0 to 6 figures, it's about you. It's about you leveling up. Good friend and my mentor, Joel Kaplan told me one time, if you want to become a 7-figure entrepreneur, you have to become a 7-figure human being. Now, the biggest thing is, how are you going to get to 7 figures if you're not even a 6-figure human being?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to create a 6-figure company, you have to become a 6-figure entrepreneur.
Yep. The world doesn't care what you want. The world, the universe, whatever, God, whatever you believe in, rewards you for your actions, not your words. And the only way you're going to get to where you want to be is if you just stop talking about it and you start moving in the direction that leads you closer to your goals. Not even dreams, because dreams alone aren't going to get there. Money alone isn't a good enough motivator. You got to have something that burns in your soul much more than just money. Because I'm going to leave you with one last thing, and I'll let Jared wrap it up. $16,800, like we said, we got like $5,500 in expenses and blah blah blah, right? So let's just call it 10 grand. My business partner and I have taken less than $500 because it isn't about the money. Yeah, we all need money, dude. I got 3 kids. I got bills to pay. I got a mortgage. I got car payments. It isn't about money. It's about investing back into your business so much that it might even hurt, because that's what it's going to take to get you to where you ultimately want to go. Assuming you actually want to build an empire type business. I'm almost 43 years old. I ain't screwing around with any, I'm going to make $50,000 this year. Screw that. Like, with 3 kids, that doesn't get you to first base, right? I'm building an empire business. And more importantly, I'm actually changing the lives of our clients so that they can live whatever their dreams are, whatever their goals are, whether that's to build an empire business or that's to make, $150,000 a year for the first time. You got to want it more than, was it Eric Thomas? You've got to want your business to succeed, or you want success more than you want to breathe, because that's what it takes. And you got to quit screwing around, and you got to set action into play and not just talk about it, but actually be about it.
I love that, man. So guys, you're watching this on YouTube, you may be watching this on Instagram. I don't know where you're watching this. I need you to do me a favor. Stop watching this video right now, because we're ending it, and start taking action. I don't care if you join our program or not. I just wanted to bring Josh on here to show you what was possible and to show you what may be holding you back right now. So stop watching this YouTube video and start taking action. And I'll leave it at that. Much love, guys. See ya.